suggest everybody take a brochure, because when you go outside, just like that, it works really well. Okay? All right. So I'm going to give you a briefing of the house. Then I'm going to send you right away. We have guides in every area, and they'll give you a little info of everything. Take pictures. Try not to touch things. If they have water, feel free. You can drink the water in the house, but try not to drink any juices or anything. Okay? All right. So, welcome to El Retiro. In Spanish, it means retreat. It's a vacation home of this gentleman here, Charles Austin Buck, B-U-C-K. Mr. Buck was a widower. He had 7 adult children when he built the house. And he was vice president of Bethlehem Steel. He lived in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. He oversaw the mines in Cuba, South America, the Caribbean. He fell in love with what he saw down there. He wanted to build a house that looked like a Mediterranean revival style home. And that's what we have here. But when he was here, he was only here 6 to 10 weeks out of the year. So he built the house in 1930. Took him 2 years to 1932. It's 12,900 square feet, and it's on 7.5 acres of land. Now the land used to belong to the community called Mountain Lake. Do you want to come around here a little bit so I can see you? Okay, do you want to come with your camera?
Sure,
Just I can see you a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I didn't want to be in anybody's way.
So about 100 years ago, Mountain Lake was the very first private community in Central Florida. Today, it has all the amenities that our communities out there have. It has a golf course, it has a restaurant, it has a hotel, it has a fishing hole, it has a swimming pool. It has all those cool things down there. It goes at least 2 miles down the road, at least a couple miles down the road. He was invited to build a home here, and that's what we have here. His sister-in-law was invited to build. Edward Bach, B-O-K, also was invited to build a home there. But Bach and Buck never knew each other at all. So in 1945, Mr. Buck passes away. 1970, Bach Tower Gardens purchases. Between 45 and 70, 25 years, there were 2 other families that owned this house. We are the 4th owner. We were on the National Register of Historic Places, and we're going to keep it that way. A couple of reasons for the purchase is that Olmsted did the gardening for all of Bach Tower and the entire Mountain Lake. So that's quite a bit of landscaping that he did. The other reason is that Bach Tower Gardens has like a Mediterranean feel as you go through the grounds there. We thought this house and the land right up against Bach's property would give the gardens a beautiful complement. End of my story. So thank you for buying the tickets, because it helps us preserve and restore this house specifically. So thank you for doing that. Questions on what I said? No? No? All right. Cool. So you got the ground rules, no touch?
Yes.
Drink water?
Water.
Pictures. You're standing on terracotta tiles from Cuba. All these tiles around here, the real fancy ones, they're all hand painted in Tunisia. This wood is cypress wood native to Florida. All the lighting fixtures in the home are all original, except the one on the way out. Okay, it gives you a little more info on the house. So I'm going to show you the first room in the house. It's the smallest room in this house, the tiniest room in this house. Okay, now you gotta move over there now. Okay, perfect. This is just a little powder room.
What?
You can stand up to the floor, don't go past, but you can stand right in there. There's a window. Keep going. One more. Keep going. One more. There you go.
Oh, okay.
See the window?
Yes. It's beautiful. Beautiful.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, the tiles. Oh my gosh.
Yep. Go look, everybody.
It's nice.
You can't see the toilet. That's the only thing you can't see. You're not missing much.
They hadn't changed in 100 years.
Pardon?
Toilets hadn't changed that much in 100 years.
Is it still another room, or is it?
Maybe. I haven't gotten there yet. Somebody wanted to see this. I said, well, it could be forever for me to go through my pictures, but this is what you're missing.
Oh.
That's what's behind that shield.
So fascinating.
Yeah, it is. The fascinating one is when you go up to Lucy's bedroom. Now, I will show you a treat because you can't get back there. You will see her toilet. It's a beautiful color. You'll learn the story about Lucy. This is her whole bathroom. Her sink and her tub are the same color as the toilet. So that's really pretty. So you can't get into the, you can only see up to the toilet when you go up there. So, all right, you ready for the rest of your tour? You're going to go into an area that only staff are allowed here. If you were Mr. Buck's guest, you would not be allowed to go here. All right, final one down.
What? Okay, I'll go. We can go downstairs, yes? Hello. Beautiful.
And then start back here in the kitchen.
Okay.
If you look through the doorway on the right, you see the original refrigerator of the house.
Oh my goodness, look at that fridge.
Yeah.
That's
The refrigerator, you guys want to see that back there? Now, all the meals are cooked on a wood-burning stove. There's a picture of it right there. The range hood is original to the house. And also original to the house is the intercom system, part of it's on the wall over there. Each of the rooms had a button that they would push, would light up above the door. Staff would take care of anything that you needed. A recipe card there for Mr. Buck's favorite spinach soup. You can help yourself to one of those if you wish. And when you're ready, we can move on into the bottom.
oh.
How many staff do they have living here?
Mira qué lindo.
The only meal they ate here with dinner was suits and ties and dresses every night. Then it was an adult solo. That's what we should
No suits and ties for me.
do.
No suits and ties for me.
Nope, sorry to say. These screen covers the doorway for privacy. And when it was time, Mr. Buck, who had a seat at the head of the table, would push a button underneath his chair. And staff would come and clear the table and bring the next course out or wherever he needed it for. And then after dinner, the gentleman would watch the screen and porch for cigars. Probably a beverage or two, I would think. The house has 3 fireplaces, 2 of which are limestone. This is the first of those. The radiators for heat were built into the wall. You get like the lump sum sticking out in the room. And the walls are 18 to 24 inches thick in the house. Quite a substantial house.
Yeah.
Must have gotten really hot in summer.
They weren't here in summer. They usually came in January, February. But with that thickness in the walls, the house would keep pretty cool. Yeah. So when you're ready, we can move on into the round room. This is where the guests would come, where y'all come in would be where chauffeurs would drop off the guests. The folks that lived in the Mountain Lake community would come in through the front door. When they got here, this door would be closed. And they would have cocktails and appetizers here. And there's a recipe card for mint julep. Not old enough. Old enough.
Is that a beverage?
It's a beverage. It's bourbon and good beef.
That's alcohol.
Yeah.
Giving it for Dad's birthday.
If we give the guests something to talk about, that door there, each panel is hand carved
Oh, wow.
and set in that cypress frame.
Man, you,
Yeah, so when you're all ready, Bonnie's waiting for you down the hall. She'll take you the rest of the way. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, how are you?
Proud of you. Wow.
Yay.
Well, welcome to the lower hall.
Thank you for having us.
This is actually the front door.
Oh, that's the front door.
The
Okay.
door you guys came in was where the chauffeurs would have dropped off people that were coming in cars. So this faces the Mountain Lake community, which this home was part of originally. And this room is Mr. Buck's office. Let's all look in there. He was, as I'm sure you've heard of, Vice President of Bethlehem Steel, and he needed a place to work when he was here on vacation, so this is where it was happening. The home is, the room is unique in that it has the only outside wired phone in the whole house.
So he has Wi-Fi?
No Wi-Fi, just the phone. But if you wanted to make a phone call, you'd have to ask Mr. Buck. So you could use his phone. And if you guys have any questions at any time, please stop me and let me know what the question is, okay?
Beautiful.
So this room is the loggia, and loggia is Italian for a room that's open to the out of doors. So this room definitely fit that bill because these two doors open into the walls. They're pocket doors. So when you wanted the doors open, they didn't take up any room on the floor. They just open up, and then you get great breezes from the west and also, it's actually west is this way, west and east to enjoy the breezes. Because there was no air conditioning at that time, I will remind you. So they were
Get the natural breeze.
They were necessary to breezes were necessary to be comfortable.
Pretty. It's beautiful.
And there are a number of original pieces in this house to the Buck family. A lot of it is things that were left by the other two families that lived here. Some of it was purchased by Buck Tower, but this little setup here was original to the Buck family. The pieces have been reupholstered, but the chairs, the sofa belonged to the Bucks, and this cabinet there was also theirs. Is anybody here interested in gardens and that kind of thing? Yes? Okay, wonderful. Well, Mr. Buck loved the outdoors. He loved gardens and gardening. So he actually hired the Olmsted firm that did New York's Central Park and also did the Biltmore home to do the landscaping before the house here was actually even planned or built. So the landscaping is appropriate for the Mediterranean style of the home. And this is the Mediterranean garden. There's a cute little fountain up there with frogs. It's called the Frog Fountain. That's original to the family. And then there's an Italian grotto beyond. And this side is more of reflection of his family, because we call it the English lawn. So he was from England and such. His family is originally from England. But that faces the Mountain Lake community also.
Does anybody ever, or do you allow like wedding venues here?
In the past, yes. They had during COVID, actually, they had someone come in and evaluate the status of the home, and they determined that the best way to keep it intact and good is to not have so many groups like renting it and stuff. They did weddings here, they had all kinds of other events and such here, but now it's just the
It's probably better
just the
that
tourist
way.
This is a picture of the Buck family. This is Mr. Buck and Mrs. Buck, and she passed away in 1925, so before the house here was even planned. So she had 9 children, and the most interesting one to me anyway is this little girl right here. Her name is Lucy, and she served as the hostess for the family when they were here because her mom had passed away, so she would come a little bit early and order food and make sure everything was tip-top shape for her guests and family that were going to be coming for the winter. Wow. And this area is where the entertainment went on. The living room, place to chat, get warm by the fire if you're interested in that. And this room is a music room. And the floor changes because it's better for acoustics being wood, and it's also, you guys can come on in. You don't have to have it there. Better for the acoustics, and it's also easier on your feet when you're dancing. Dance parties here. They had a good time. There was lots of dancing done in the 1930s. And they enjoyed that. Put it that way. These 2 screened-in porches were also used for lunches and breakfasts, and just get out there. The doors are pockets also. They go right into the walls. So there's lots of room for everybody to have fun.
Is the floor original?
The floors are all original too. They're oak. Whereas the doors and that kind of stuff are Florida cypress. So the floors are all oak. Except for the towels. Any questions at all?
Are that chandelier's original?
Yep. Yeah, that's actually my favorite piece of the wedding. Yeah, it's original. It's not new. It wasn't new when the house was bought. They found it in the store or something like that.
Yeah.
But
Oh, Sierra.
it was originally. Oh boy, I wish I knew.
Probably right.
Yeah, it might be some sort of iron, yeah. I could look it up.
It's probably all the walls together.
Oh, it might be mud, something like that. All the pieces are pretty much similar to that house.
Hey girl, Mr. Paul, I'm on a tour. I hope everything's okay. Text me. Bye.
So he put in his own little escape hatch there, I call it, the door, and that spiral staircase leads up to his bedroom. So he could escape and the party could go on down here. So when you're ready, you can go up the stairs and the bedroom's upstairs.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you folks doing?
Oh, good.
That's good. You like the stairs?
I'm very clumsy with stairs, so those but
Well, I've walked those stairs any number of times.
I bet.
And I always thought that Mr. Buck was going to be a very tall individual.
and
He was 5'8".
What? So those are perfect in there.
Well, I guess.
Right?
The other thing that I find fascinating, he lived here into his mid-70s when he passed away. And he used those stairs all the time. They didn't have railings when he lived here. It was just the stairway going up.
I wonder how many times
I don't know, I have no idea.
one of his, maybe, hopefully,
Not really.
nobody felt too hard.
Yeah, this is Mr. Buck's bedroom.
This is
One of
Mr.
the most
Buck's
private
bedroom.
areas in the home. This stairway was his private stairway. Nobody else used it.
I need one in my house.
Yeah.
A private stairway to get out.
And
Nice.
he built it so he'd be able to slip away and not interrupt what was going on downstairs. So it's kind of interesting when somebody way back then would have built something like that.
Right?
This is set up as it would have been for him. It's set up with one twin bed. He was a widower when he lived here.
I was going to say, there's this one.
Yeah, and his wife had died in 1925. He started building this house in 1930. So there's no record that she even knew this was part of the plan. His wife's sister and her husband had built a house down in the same Mountain Lake community, and he visited them after her death, and that's when he decided he wanted to build his house, and he bought the property and started it in motion. So it's kind of interesting. Each one of the bedrooms that you're going to see today has their own bathroom, which even today is unusual for all the bedrooms, but to have a bath, back in the 30s, that was very, very unusual for that to happen. There's a little clue, though, that either Mr. Buck or the architect or maybe even the electrician said maybe there'd be two people in this bedroom sometime in the future. And that clue is the light switch there. It's set up so that it controls two different sockets. So if you were in one side of the room, you could turn on that light on your side of the room if you had to get up in the evening. You may have heard or read downstairs that in his office was the only telephone.
Yeah.
And yet there's a telephone, a candlestick phone sitting there. That's part of the call system. He was the gentleman of the house. He didn't want to have to push a button and wait for somebody to come all the way down here to find out what he wanted, then have to go all the way back to get it, and then bring it all the way. He had it set up so he'd be able to talk directly to the staff that was here. This room is the only room that has a balcony, which sounds really kind of cool. But when you look at the balcony, look at the bottom half of the door, and you can see that there's a railing very close. So it's a very shallow balcony. So I kind of envision him usually getting up in the morning, going outside, kind of seeing what the weather's like, and making a decision what he was going to do for the day, and then coming back inside. It really wasn't a truly functional balcony.
Maybe a smoke spot, maybe, if you smoke cigars or something.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know.
Nice.
Any questions? We're going to head through this door, but then you're going to go to your left. You go down a short hallway, and his bathroom is down there. All the plumbing fixtures are out of the engineer house.
Would this be like his closet?
Yeah, and I'll talk a little bit, I'll talk about it. That is like a closet system. I can't show you, but there's doors here on this side, like right here and around the corner, there's doors. When you open up those doors, there's actually drawers on the inside that slide out. So it's like a built-in dresser, I guess you could say. And you've got hanging space over on the other side. His bathroom's a little bit unique in that it's the only bathroom that has a tub installed, but no shower head with the tub. Mr. Buck preferred to take baths, and he didn't bother putting a shower head, and to this day, there's no shower head. And then there's another door over on this side right here. You open that up, and you've got the slanted shelves in there for shoe storage. They would change clothes multiple times per day, so it's kind of interesting he's got all this storage.
Wardrobe change.
We're now on the guest bedroom part of the second floor, and this bedroom and the next bedroom are mirror images of each other. There's an open door in the back that goes into a bathroom, and there's a corresponding open door over there that goes into the bathroom. There's a jacket door. It's actually two separate bedrooms. Then we've got twin beds. That's very common for the time period. You don't often talk about doorways. The doorways on these two bedrooms are very unusual. If you look at them from this direction, there's two doors. The inside door is solid, so if it was cool at night, you would close that door and keep the warmth in. If it was hot at night, you close the louver door, open up the window that's there on the wall, open up the window in the bedroom, and you get some cross ventilation. You then will have the issue of sound. That door behind you, when you just watch over there, would always be closed. And then you've got the ability of closing this off with these two doors and making this a private hall that keeps the sound out. The other thing that they did, they also put the doors far away from each other so the sound won't get as much.
The doors are nice.
I like the random mirrors in the hallway.
Yeah.
As nice as those bedrooms were, you can go in here and take a look. This bedroom suite is the nicest guest bedroom suite. This bathroom is about twice the size of the bathrooms of those two guest bedrooms. All the plumbing fixtures in here are original as well, including the rain sheet. We figured those would be new invention. They were available back in the late 20s, early 30s. Here, I want you guys to stand in front of this mirror. Can you figure out what's unusual about that mirror? When you look at your reflection, what do you see that you wouldn't normally see? Yeah, you can see your whole body in there. And this was here when the Buck family was here. And it was hanging in the same location. And the reason we were here, if we were staying in any one of these guest bedrooms, we would come out and check ourselves out in the mirror and make sure everything looked good before we would go downstairs for dinner or whatever else was going on. It's kind of a neat thing.
Does it make you look skinnier?
No, it doesn't do that. I've tried many times. Every time I come, I try. The thing that I find really fascinating about it, the way they did that, is just by coming out from the wall, look at the top, just a little bit, it was enough to get the reflection to get all down your feet.
Wow.
If we were guests here of the Buck family, this door would have most likely been closed the entire time we were there, and we would not know what was going on there. And the reason for that, this is the dividing point between the front of the house, the guest and the family area, and behind the scenes, the staff area. And what's down this hallway, there were 2 bedrooms and a shared bath, and those would have been used by single female staff. If you were a single guy or a married couple and you were here, there were rooms over the garage when you were staying. This area, the offices, there's not offices here, but this little workspace here would have been used for ironing and sewing and getting items ready to bring back out to the front.
I think that's really far back. So was the box family ever brought back here for anything?
Hi, Orel. How you doing? It's pretty.
different way of thinking. There was a separation. So there was not a lot of interaction between the guests and the folks here. And it's not that they were nice to them, it's just they weren't the same social lifestyle.